right? Code language conversation. Resigning oneself, okay? To resign yourself to something means to accept an unpleasant situation or fact that you cannot change. It implies a sense of passive acceptance, often with reluctance rather than active resistance. It's about coming to terms with something that is difficult or undesirable, acknowledging that it is inevitable. So again, we're going to do that one more time, right? Resigning oneself means to resign oneself to something means to accept an unpleasant situation or fact that you cannot change. It implies a sense of passive acceptance, often with reluctance rather than active resistance. It's about coming to terms with something that is difficult or undesirable, acknowledging that it is inevitable. So this code language kind of ties into gratitude, Deacon. He said, I like what you're doing here. It's pretty dope. Appreciate it, bro. You know, the channel's still evolving. You know what I mean? We branching out into a lot of things for sure. I appreciate that, bro. Chat been real complimentary the last couple of days. Classic. Man. In regards to the code language, resigning oneself, the reason why it made me think about this term for the code language for the day is because when we were doing the panel last night, the live stream last night, we ended up talking about, I think somebody in the comments had said something about the men that try to holler at them are normally married or in situationships that they don't even want to be in. And at the same time, and then they have to figure out whether or not they want to deal with said person's mess. I want you guys to understand that there's a level of unspoken suffering in silence that a lot of men across the United States of America are doing. And because this is the code language portion of it, I'm going to be very honest, and it may come off as pessimistic, but it's just honesty. Honestly, I'm not trying to be negative, but on average, the experience that a man is getting from your typical American-minded woman in a relationship, for him to sustain, and I'm not saying all, I'm not saying most, I'm saying on average. I don't want to be attacked for something I didn't say. Attack what I did say if you want, but not what I didn't say. On average, men are just being tolerant. And I know it from taking a poll myself. I took a poll of a bunch of dudes that I work with. This is before I got hurt. And I asked a question. I actually covered this earlier in some content. I can't reference the video exactly. It was a long, I drop a lot of shit. But I actually referenced this before. I asked a bunch of dudes that were all married that I work with. Intentionally. You married? Yeah. Okay, I got a question. Took a poll. Well over, probably somewhere between, 10 to 20 people, but, good, strong working men. I said, hey, on average, from your wife, and you don't have to answer, do you receive more criticism or upliftment or compliments? Which one do you get more of? Being uplifted or complimented or criticism? Which one do you receive more of on just an average week? 100% of the men said criticism. 100% of the men I asked said criticism. Classic. So when I tell you that men be suffering in silence, that shit real. It's not a joke. It's not a game. And there's nowhere for these dudes to go talk to anybody about it. Outside of God, there is no safe haven for men like us. I'm trying to drive this home because through listening to the Queens talk, I learned a lot about where they contradict themselves. All right, cool. But I also learned a lot about what they don't understand about the man or the man's experience or the lack of empathy that may exist. Dudes will lock in and commit to their commitment, right? I'm locked in. I'm doing this for life. Woo, and then shit change. She don't take care of her body like she used to. She ain't cooking like she used to. Y'all ain't fucking like you used to. Excuse my French, YouTube and Twitch. Y'all ain't, you know what I'm saying? Shit start digressing, and then you see these dudes just stay. Dudes just stay. And they rock out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do. The code language term. They resign oneself. Again, definition for those that just came in, and make sure y'all hit the like button. No charge today. Everybody hit that like button. The like should equal the viewership all day long. Let's get it. But to resign oneself is to accept an unpleasant situation or fact that you cannot change. It implies a sense of passive acceptance, often with reluctance rather than active resistance. So when that dude dealing with that rough experience, or even the woman, but women, we know, I wouldn't make this gender specific if the stats didn't show the willingness to leave from the women. So the only reason I'm speaking on it from only a man's perspective is because we know statistically the American woman to get the fuck out of there. Statistically. So I don't want to speak about it outside of the realm of reality. Most of the suffering in silence, if it's being done, is being done by men. Chat 333, y'all can chime in on this. Let me know where y'all agree or disagree. But men resign themselves on a regular basis in this country. Some do it to protect their assets. Some do it because they've already created a family and they don't want to tear apart the family. They'll suffer in silence until their kid's 19 and then get up out of there. 23 and then get up out of there. You know what I mean? Some dudes, they do it because they think that it can spin back around to the good old days of what it used to be. But men are suffering in silence. And then listen, they suffer when they in it and they suffer when it's over. Because when they get left, they go get raked across the coals in divorce court. They go get raked across the coals in child family court. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see their baby, trying to get custody, trying to get, joint visitation, trying to get, split cuts, whatever they're trying to do. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of resigning of oneself that men do. And I'm here to say, like, fellas, y'all got to get back to being bold. I did a code language on boldness a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago. Go check out the code language on boldness. All that passive shit got to end. Because here's the part for all, and I don't know who need to hear this, but for you dudes out there that's unwilling to do what you could do, and I'm not going to use the term happiness, I'm going to use the term peace because we talking about men. Happiness, that's woman shit. Peace is what we look for. If you're not willing to do what you need to do for your own peace, you deserve chaos. You deserve chaos, bro. You can't, at the end of the day, you can draw your line in the sand. Somebody could still choose to step across your shit. So at the end of the day, the only thing you could do is respect yourself. Respect yourself. When you respect yourself, more people around you are going to be respectful, but others may not. But even when they tweak, respect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, chat. What y'all think about this one? In regards to this one. But I want y'all to see something. I'm going to pull up Kevin Gates real quick. Just to let y'all know, like, I'm not, Classic probably just saying this because, no. We know each other. Fellas, we know each other. But this is stuff that we try to get manipulated out of being okay with discussing out loud. We not doing that here. On the codes, we going to figure this shit out. For real. It ain't you're not going to manipulate us or shame us into being able to talk about this shit out loud.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
You feel me? Listen to what Kevin said. Hold on. I got you. I'm tweaking. Here you go.
It's hard to communicate sometimes when you're a man because we done been through so much. And you never want to say something that we don't never want to say nothing to make us look weak or be vulnerable. Then you got to be careful who you be vulnerable with because when you're a man, the thing is, don't test me. I don't want to be tested, and if I am tested, I'm really willing to die.
Is that why you always say men suffer in silence?
We do. Every day. Every day. It's hard.
Were you depressed?
Get fucking right.
Yeah.
That's a cry for help when you see somebody going to the gym 3-4 times a day.
Right.
Something not right with him, but something wasn't right with me. And as men, we'll go to the gym and just kill ourselves and hurt ourselves in the gym to keep from hurting somebody else. There's a lot of men that suffer in silence.
Were you depressed?
Yeah. So listen, Kevin Gates from Louisiana somewhere. Me personally, I'm from the middle of the map. We don't know each other, fam. You know what I mean? Like, this shit real. That's a multimillionaire successful man at a craft that he loved. He beat the game. He make money off what he loved to do. He beat the game. Beautiful ex-wife and Drika, you know what I mean? Beautiful babies, all that coming from him. So if he's speaking it, imagine what your regular dude that just at work wherever, work at the call center, work at the factory, work at the if dude feel like that, he's a big protector, big provider, got the chains, got the house, got the kids, he's still suffering with his joint. He's still suffering with his joint. So what experience you think the average man get? Because that will be what we consider to be a 5%er, right? Kevin Gates, I've been face to face with Kevin Gates. We just never talked, but I've been face to face with him before, literally this close. You know what I'm saying? We just never spoke. It was during a show. But he probably about 2 inches shorter than me. I'm a full 6'2", barefoot. So with shoes on, I'm like 6'3", 6'4", depending on the shoes, right? Kevin probably like 6 feet, 5'11". Not a small guy. You know what I'm saying? Good money. You know, women find him attractive, this, that, and the third. Still able to tell you, man, listen, we suffer. And I'm here to tell y'all dudes, y'all ain't got to. But it's gonna require you being willing to take the bullshit that come on the backside of making tough decisions. If you are one who is suffering. You understand? So it's time to stop negotiating with terrorists, man. You know what I'm saying? It's time to stop negotiating with terrorists. You can't continue to do that. Don't resign yourself, bro. You know what I mean? Too many people do it. He said sometimes suffering is safe. Yeah. They don't want to go back. Elaborate on that, Souls, because I don't want to elaborate for you. I don't want to assume what you mean by that, but I do agree with you fundamentally. But I want to know what your POV on that is, like why you said that exactly. But yeah, don't resign yourself, fam. Don't resign from oneself. Don't do that. Don't accept unpleasant situation or the fact that you cannot change it. Don't do that. I'm here to talk to the bros. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I would say this is genderless, but it's not, because we know the statistics. We know from the numbers, women don't have a problem getting the fuck on, but men historically have a problem getting the fuck on when it would probably best suit them. So yeah, man, hopefully whoever need to see it, take something from it. You know what I mean? And do what's best for themselves in regards to, you know, making their next move, their best move. But he not lying. I didn't went to the gym. And raged out to keep from having to do a 30 or 40 year sentence before, allegedly, all for content creation purposes and entertainment, everything I've said. But I done went to the gym before. I'm gonna go hit this bag until I can't feel my arms so that nobody dies. Yeah, here at the Classic Codes, let's keep it real. Yeah. And that's part of emotional regulation. That's part of emotional intelligence. That's part of restraint. You got to know how to keep it. Everybody screws is 2 twists away from being loose. So that, you know, Soul says some men suffer due to fear of the what if. What if on what? On the backside of what? What situation? You talking about in marriages or just like monogamous commitments? What situations are you saying? You referring to marriages, Souls? Because that's kind of what I've been talking about, and serious relationships too. But yeah, don't resign yourself, champ. You got it. You deserve better. If you don't feel like you deserve better, respect yourself more, and then naturally you will begin to feel like you deserve better, and then you're gonna have to do better. You said both. Respect. I agree. You get comfortable. You got niggas like, oh, I don't want to start over. Hey, bro, when she leave you, you're going to have to start over. Because when she gets tired, she going to make a choice. You been tired and you just can't do it. You don't want to be the bad guy. Shit, you lying to me. Call me what you want on my way out this motherfucker. Call me what you want. You it is, you it is, whatever. I'm gone. Call me gone. That's my new name. Gone. Fuck
Classic.
And man, listen, bro. Too many, man. Men die. Come on. Men, the self-unaliving rate crazy. Somebody arguing me, oh, y'all ain't got it that bad. Ain't no, y'all keep, people always push back. Oh, men do have a safe space. Oh, men do have a put, man. Why are dudes every day figuring out which method they gonna use to get the fuck out of here? Why is that going on then? Since it's so safe for us. Why? Since it's so safe for us. Why is that what's happening? The rate's going up and up and up and up. I'm here to tell y'all, G. The more you respect yourself, the more everything around you gonna be respectful. Facts. So that's all I got for the code language. We ain't gonna beat the horse. You know what I mean? That's all I got for the code language. Let's move. If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch. www.theclassiccodes.com. Or you can shoot me a cash app. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Hardened my heart now.